Hey, thank you for the like. How's it going there? Hey, Turner, how you doing? Mm, oh, hope you're doing good today. Just busy making lures. I got all the orders out for today and gonna go ahead and just do the live. Oh, it did? Oh, I've never had that happen. I gotta get my notifications turned off here. Hang on. There we go. Oh, that is awful. On my chair, it slips every so often. I'm just gonna use it till I can't use it anymore. I got this chair. It's nice and comfy. It's kind of like a gaming chair, but it's lasted this long. I've had this for about 5 years. The other chair I had is just really it it wouldn't move. It was just really too big and too bulky. It was comfortable. It was just too big of a chair, and it had all kinds of features on it, the other chair, but it is time for me to get a new one though. Oh, you did? Is that right? Oh my goodness. They just went ahead and did that? Oh my. That's cool. That's really cool. Hey everybody, thanks for joining in. If you're watching for the first time, I'm Ruben Flores. I'm out here in northeast Oklahoma. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. Well, I've never had anybody do that like that, anything like that for me, which is, it may happen one day, who knows, but that's pretty nice. That's nice of them. I had a couple of years ago, one of our fishermen, they kept having boat problems, and one of their followers who I didn't know. I mean, I knew the fella. I just didn't know he had that kind of money. But he went out and bought them a new nitro boat so they can go fish tournaments. I thought that was wild. But we have some of the subscribers. They'll get me things like mugs, things like that. But that's really nice of them. So there's some nice people out there. Uh, yeah, I've tied a few of them. That's one of the things that we're looking at bringing in for 2025. It's just a single piece of silicone. It has a pointy tail. I've had I've been playing around with it. Yeah, that's a new thing out there. You want to try to use all the new stuff and get different things out there. We had a fellow last night on TikTok. He was catching a bunch of crappie and bass on our lures, and he was using our Thunderbird lure, which is kind of like the electric chicken, and he had some of these in his bait box, and which were the candy canes. I said, why don't you put one of those on there? And he did, and he was catching a lot of bass and crappie with them. But yeah, that little silicone tab with the point on it, I think those are going to be a big seller in 2025. Yeah, they are. All the people that I get our silicone tabs from, they don't have it. That strip there. So one of the possibilities I'm looking at is just cutting my own. We do have a silicone cutter, and it cuts pretty evenly as far as all of the ones uh, looking the same. I I had oh, how'd I say? It's basically a paper slicer, and it works pretty good on silicone. But one of my suppliers is trying to get it, and when he does, he's going to let me know. Let's see, I use woods and water. They have the double tip, the single. They got the cutter also. Yeah, I got a couple of cutters. My next step is oh I'd like to get where we can pour our own silicone tabs. I got a friend of mine that lives about 40 minutes away. He pours his own silicone tabs, and I'd like to play around a little bit with that. But it definitely gives it a different look, you know. But I get the most of our stuff is from Wapsie, and I got Hairline, and then I got some other guys. Well, they look different, you know. Are they pretty expensive from Woods and Water? Yeah, they do have really good flash. Yeah, thank you everybody for joining in. I hope you guys are doing well today. I'm making the habanero lure. This is a 1/16 ounce. You can find these on our website, rubenfloresjigs.com. We do have a link in the bio. Right now we do have a sale going on for Christmas, and the code is Christmas. You can save 20% on all of our lures, even our mystery jig boxes, even our underspins, and our bass swim jigs. 715 for around 55. okay. Well, cool. Yeah, I've seen Mike Campbell. He's been tying a bunch of those I don't know what you call them, just tips, pointy tip tails. I don't know what to call them. Mike makes some pretty lures too. And it was cold in the shop this morning. There's a bunch of frost on the windshield. We're supposed to get up to about 55 degrees today. I'm going to be going fishing probably around lunchtime. I'm going to take a half day off and go catch some crappie today. Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow's high is going to be like in the 30s. We got a cold front moving in tonight, so this may be the last day I get to go till maybe Christmas Eve or Christmas. We're going to be in the mid 60s on Christmas Day here. How are your lives? When you go live on YouTube here and you go fishing, do you get a lot of people watching? I've never done a fishing live. Now, when I go on TikTok, I'll have anywhere between 200 or 300 people watching. I've had people say, why don't you go live crappie fishing or catfishing on YouTube? I've just never tried it. Some of the other fellows I know that have gone live and done live streams fishing, uh, they just don't get big numbers coming in. Oh, yeah. Yeah, some of the people, they just don't like watching someone fish with a live scope. In fact, I know a couple of streamers that they don't even show the live scope. Uh, and they don't tell the people they're using a live scope, but they are. And they're catching crappie and brim left and right. And they don't let the audience know that they're using a live scope. I don't have live scope, so maybe one day I will. A lot of times I'm just casting or fishing vertical and trying to talk my way through it and try to keep it entertaining and somewhat educational, I guess. Hey, Jenky, how's it going there? Think style of fishing is weird compared to Dutch style. Yeah, it probably is. I bet it is. I know that a lot of when it comes to carp fishing, I know that a lot of people that stream on TikTok, they've changed their ways a little bit and kind of gone with a more of a European style of fishing for carp. phone, so I'm not terrified of it falling in the water. Oh, you did? Oh man, my nephew lost a phone. He wasn't live streaming or anything, but he was there flipping through his phone right next to the rail of the dock, and I told him, I said, you need to get away from the railing. And probably 40 seconds after that, it bloop, went in the water. I think that's where the largemouth bass came from. I don't know, maybe. Never know. Reeling the fastest. Yeah, they do. Yeah, yeah. On the reeling in the fastest, yeah. I do reel in. I don't go bass fishing anymore. I mean, I do go for like white bass, but not largemouth bass or anything like that. But I'll go mainly for crappie, catfish, and then uh, sometimes paddlefish and white bass. Oh no, yeah, I got my boat locked up for the winter. Not locked up, but basically covered. I decided to not take it out till February-ish. Today would have been a good day to get out, but man, that water's cold. If you fall in the water, it's pretty cold out there. Very similar to USA and methods, yeah. Well, it depends on what you're fishing for too, you know. People fish for different species, and I think there's, a big difference between all the different species out there. A lot of people use these for crappie, and they'll use them for trout, perch. A lot of different types of species out there. I don't know, did it work? I hope it worked. Look at that. Yeah. We don't have any pike here in Oklahoma, as far as I know. We do have walleye and we do have some trout. Much colder in the Netherlands. I bet it is. I tell you what, they're getting a bunch of snow up in Minnesota. They're going to have like almost a foot this morning of snow. I think it's going to be a good ice fishing year for up north. About the hook. This colors here is the habanero. I think it's number 3 or 4 on our list of best-selling colors this last year. Our number 1 still at the top is the shiner. I'll be tying some of those this morning too. Yeah, they do. They do a lot of times. Well, they do. I don't know why, but there's people that are out there that do that. I don't know if it's for show or what. A lot of times there's a time limit too for these tournament anglers, and so they're trying to get it in a boat, trying to get it back out. You don't know what's going on in their head. You don't know if they caught the wrong fish and there's a bigger fish out there. It may be they're reeling in because of that. You know, there's a lot of different aspects to it that we don't see as viewers. It's a crisp 40. Oh, cool. Hey, they're random. Here it is. You can use a barbed hook for almost anything. In some states, you can't use a barbed hook for trout. Still in shorts this weekend, yeah. I was going to wear shorts today, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to get out and go fishing, so I'm going to wear my pants. That way I don't have to change later on. Most of the time I'm in the shop, I'm wearing shorts. It does get pretty warm here in the shop at times. Minus 40? Oh my goodness, that's no good. Get the heater up a little bit more. It is a little chilly today in the shop. One of our heating units, I actually turned it off because yesterday I was painting heads, and if I have the heat gun, the oven, and the heater on that side of the shop going all at the same time, it'll blow a fuse or pop a circuit. Yeah, the rink. They do have a skating rink in an ice skating rink in Tulsa that they do every year. I've never been on it. My wife has. I've never. I don't think I would be a good ice skater. Today I'm going to try to tie, I don't know, maybe 150 to 200 before I take off and go fishing. We're supposed to get up into the 50s by around 11 o'clock, and I'm probably going to tie till about noontime. Yeah. Oh man, what is going on here? Sometimes you get a crooked hook. Okay, let's get the next one. We got to do, what, 6 more of these? Then I could move on to the next color. Yeah, if you're popping in for the first time, my name is Ruben Flores. We are in Northeast Oklahoma. We do have a website, rubenfloresjigs.com. The link is in the bio. We got a couple of codes that you can use at checkout. One code being Christmas. You can save 20% on all of our lures, even our mystery jig boxes. You can use the Flow 10 discount code also. We do have some things marked down, like some of our fishing line, circle hooks, and our catfish pole. You could save 30% right now, right off the bat. And you can use that. The 10% code is FLOW10, FLO10, no space in between. We do have a link in our bio for the site. I had a dream last night that for some reason we just kept selling hats and we ran out of hats. Right now we only have like about 3 or 4 hats in stock. We're in the middle of changing companies, so I'm not going to order the new hats till January. And but I had a dream that we were selling so many hats and we didn't have any in stock to keep up. Changing the logo. On some of them, we're going to do. I don't know. I don't think I have a hat in here. Oh, well, I do have a hat. It's up in the loft where we keep all the hats. But let me check here. On some of the hats, we have this logo right there. We got that logo there, and it's one of those kind that it's on the side panel of the hat. And then on some of the others, we're going to use the Flowcast, the one with the catfish. We're going to use this logo on some of the hats too. That's our Flowcast. So we have that going, and we're going to kind of wait till after the new year to get the new hats ordered. Our Christmas season has been really slow this year compared to other Christmas seasons. I'm hoping that after the new year and hopefully maybe the economy changes a little bit, we can reorder. And we're going to a different company too, so. Oh, well, thank you. Oh, oh, wow. Yeah, that is scary. We got a lot of money invested in our rods right now. We're trying to sell a bunch of our catfish poles so that we can go ahead and reorder other fishing poles too. Our crappie poles have been selling pretty good. We do have a 7-foot crappie pole and a 4-footer. On a foot of ice. Yeah, I've never gone like ice fishing where you're walking on the ice or anything. I've never done that in my life. I'd like to go one day. If this snowmobile can't get on the ice, neither can we. Yep. Yeah, I've never gone ice fishing. Yeah, I'm hoping maybe in the next year or two we can get to where my wife and I can take a trip up north and do some ice fishing. Freeze, I would go. Oh, sturgeon? Yeah, I've never caught a sturgeon. Them things are beasts. I do get paddlefish though. Some people call those the shovel nose sturgeon. Yep, double tap the screen. I do appreciate you guys. Thank you for the likes. I haven't even been paying attention to that. Thank you there, Turner. They look like dinosaurs. They do look pretty though. Buenos dias, Mr. Alvaro. How you doing there? How's it going there, big guy? I'm doing pretty good here. Kind of chilly. Oh man, it's kind of chilly in the shop today. It's supposed to warm up to the mid 50s today. I'm gonna try to go fishing a little bit later on. We're like in the like 31, 32 degrees right now, but we're supposed to warm up to the mid 50s, and then tonight we got another cold front coming in. We're gonna be back down in the 20s, and then tomorrow's high somewhere I think in the high 30s. Gonna be super cold tonight, tomorrow. Just tying up inventory. Tackle Bandit's going to be going on their doing tackle shows here in a few weeks, and I know they're going to be putting in some big orders. Just trying to get ahead of the game. Yeah, you guys have been pretty warm. I was watching alvy fish last night. I think at night it was like in the 60s over there. 60s or 70s. But I'm doing pretty good. I didn't want to get out of bed this morning. Well, you like the cold? Yeah, I'm not into the cold a whole lot. Not too much into the cold. But if you were born in it and raised where it gets cold, like super cold, like in Wisconsin and Minnesota and all that, you just get used to it, I imagine. Like 50 to 7. Yeah, I'm the same way. Three more, then I'm going to switch to the moneymaker. I was watching the news yesterday, and then also on TikTok, they were saying that the TikTok case is going to go to the Supreme Court. I don't think they're going to get rid of it. I don't. I think they're going to force them to make some changes, but I think TikTok will be around. At work to watch you work. Oh, thank you. How's it going there, Mr. Robert? I was dragging this morning to. Ah, yeah, hard to get up. Yeah, it is. This morning I did not want to get up. I think I slept pretty good last night. I went to sleep around 11 o'clock last night. Seems lately I've been going to sleep earlier, which is good for me. I don't get a lot of sleep. Most nights I get about 4 or 5 hours of sleep. I got a bunch more 1/16ths to make. Then I got to make a bunch of 64th ounce. We don't really keep the 64th ounce in stock, but we've been kind of slow lately, so I thought, well, let me get ahead on that stuff. On your latest short? Oh, cool. Do you do tackle shows, Turner? I didn't know if you went to tackle shows and had a booth and stuff like that. We're only going to do maybe 2 tackle shows this upcoming year. Yeah, yeah. But there's a lot of people that make a full-time income on TikTok. I think things are going to get better here, uh, hopefully soon. I think I think since the current president's been in office, I think some people, at least business-wise, have seen how things have kind of taken a downspin. I know we were making more money through the business, 5 years ago. Not to get too much into politics or anything, but it just seemed that a lot more people had money. I got a lot of family members that they were just all lifelong Democrats, and they decided to go Republican this time. I like the camera on me, but I don't like people. Maybe one day. I used to sell health insurance and life insurance. After we closed our restaurant, I thought I'd get my insurance license and try to sell it. And man, it's a rough deal. It is a it's For me, it was rough to sell health insurance. I sold life insurance, pretty decent, but the health part was it's just tough. Enough politics, yeah. We were doing a lot more business 5 years ago. 6 years ago, we were doing more business. I mean, in the last 2 years, these have been our lowest numbers since I'd have to say 10 or 12 years. I've never seen lower numbers. Yeah, when they closed out that Keystone pipeline, we saw, I saw about 50 of our customers were put out of work. And these were customers that would order jigs. We're talking about they would order almost every month. And so that kind of put a that kind of messed up a little bit our business. But another thing that happened was during COVID, a lot of people became bait makers. I'd never seen so many hand-tied jig companies pop up, and how many plastic companies popped up out of COVID. Yeah, golden parachute. Yeah. Summer was horrible, even if I didn't start going live. Yeah, you started it during COVID too. Yeah, we we uh, we sell vices, and we sell the Peak rotary vise and tools and stuff like that. And uh, I was very fortunate to have ordered a bunch of Peak rotary vices before the pandemic, and we sold them like really fast. And in fact, we had fly shops calling me asking if they can order 10 Peak vices from me, and and they all wanted a special discount and everything like that. But I'm like, no, we can't. But no, we there were so many people that got into the hand tied business and plastics business, and part of it was they just couldn't go back to their work. And some of these people, they live in states to where they're very um, oh, I guess you want to say left leaning, and and that's what happened with Danville. Danville's up north, and their employees couldn't go back to work for over a year. And of course, a lot of their employees were over the age of 50, and they had restrictions against that. That was kind of tough. Um, Bending a frame. Oh, that'll be good. But we've been able to manage. We're making it, you know. We're not as well off as we were, 5, 6, 7 years ago, but we're doing okay. We just kind of dwindled down to where we just couldn't afford to hire employees. We used to have 5 or 6 employees at a time. I don't want another fire. Yeah. Yeah, I don't do no electric. I do some plumbing, but electric wise, I'm too afraid of catching something on fire. Okay, let's put this aside. Let's get the thread for the gold chenille. Where is that thread? Man, did I misplace it? Oh, there it is. Okay, we're going to switch and go to the moneymaker lure. So I'm going to need some gold chenille. Oh no, I'm sorry about that. I've never experienced anything like that. A couple of Christmases ago, there was a fire nearby and it took someone's house like on Christmas Eve. That was pretty sad. Wide range of skills, yeah. Yeah, that's tough. The material sets up exotic stuff like Indian crow. Wow. Yeah. Why am I so chilly in here? Let me get that other heater going here. I got it set for 65, but I don't think it's no 65 degrees in here. Okay, here we go. No, they don't like the tie. Nope. We still got frost on the windshield. It's starting to melt. I'm going to try to go fishing later on. I think I'm just going to take the little 4-foot poles and see if we can get some crappie. I might take one of the or 7-footers out and try to get some sand bass. This is our moneymaker jig. We do this in a, I think we do this in a 1/80th, a 64th, 32nd, 24th, 16th, 1/8, and a 1/4 ounce. We do this with eyes and without eyes. This here is a 1/16 ounce. Do I eat crappie? Yes, I sure do. I'll probably be bringing some home. I might bring some home today. If I go day fishing, I'll bring crappie home. But if I go night fishing, uh, I just make too much noise at the house. My wife does go to sleep pretty early. It's okay. Well, that's good. How long ago was it? I do like eating crappie. I like eating sand bass and catfish, but most of all, I like crappie. Oh, wow, that wasn't that long ago. Something in the heating unit? Yeah, I was afraid of that with ours. We had some issues with our heater. Our fan motor was locking up on itself, mainly because it was dirty, and we ended up having to spend about $1,000 on getting a new fan motor. We really need a new heating unit. We just can't afford it right now. They could finance it and all, but I don't want to pay the finance charges and all that stuff. Due to arthritis, yeah, maybe. Yep, that may be the way to go. I see a lot of people switching that way. I think some of the people are switching to those wing tips because there's just not a lot of prep work in it, which I understand that. I hope these hair jigs or feather tails that they don't ever become obsolete. Yeah. Looked down last night. Oh wow, that's crazy. I don't know because of all these like the wingtip tails and things like that. I mean, I don't know. I hope these did become obsolete at one point. I mean, there's been a resurgent in them, um, resurgence, and I mean, I hope they stick around. A lot of people like fishing with plastics, and I get some people that they won't touch a hair jig, but you know what they will buy before? They'll buy one of these before they buy one with the feather tail. So we do sell a lot of those type lures like our Cajun cricket and our starburst and not starburst, our sun-kissed jig. That I don't know. No, they don't. They don't have the same action, but a lot of people, they don't, they don't care. Maybe, maybe. Hope not, but you never know. I do think a lot of things that, uh, and some of it's because of just technology and the way that we have things today. When I look at some of the, oh, when I talk to old timers, a lot of times the old timers that tied this style of lure, um, they'll comment that when plastics came out, that their business slowed down quite a bit. But they also said there's been a comeback with the hand-tied jigs too. Show the workshop. I'll show it here in just a bit. Let me get done with this lure and I'll show you my little shop. It's messy here in the shop. It's been messy. I got to clean it up. My wife will clean it when she's off for her Christmas break. She'll come in about once a month and do a real good cleanup on our shop. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, they do. They show craftsmanship and yeah, when I started tying, there weren't any young people that were tying lures around here at least. There's probably about 5, 6, 7 bait makers that made hand-tied lures, but when I started tying, I was in my 40s, and the next youngest person was probably like 65 years old. There weren't any young people doing, and I'm talking, there weren't any people near here. Oklahoma has a lot of bait makers. You got different breed lures. You got cutthroat jig. These are plastics. Crappie Customs. You got Bobby Garland started here. Luz was here. A lot of people that make plastic baits. And then as far as hand ties, there are some like RF Lures and the Jones Brothers, Lightning Jigs. They're out of OKC. They got hardly anything but family members working for them. But a lot of the old time, a lot of the people that were making hand ties were a lot older than me at that time. But there's been a resurgence. I think COVID helped that out a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna take you guys. We're gonna go to the front section of the shop. Let's see, switch this around. Okay, we do have some supplies, some material for bait making. We got, those are my rods. These are the striker rods. Those are our catfish poles right there, guys. We do have them marked down by 30%. We get some of our underspin lures. That's our Slim Brim, Kokomo, Sunkissed. And then we have them 1/32, 1/16, 1/16 with eyes, 1/8 without eyes, and then 1/8 with eyes. So I'll give you the rundown. That's the Shiner, Midnight, Assassin, Habanero, Gray Ghost, Gold Mine, Slick Trick, Mad Shad, Mongoose, Slab Queen, Bumblebee, Mud Dog, Thunderbird, Peanut Butter and Jelly, Azul, Fire Tiger. And then over here, we're going to go down to these. That's the Outlaw, that's the Phantom, Cotton Candy, Hurricane, Patriot, Ambassador, Barbie Doll, Moneymaker, Sniper, Firefly, Slim Brim, Glass Minnow, Whiteout, Ninja, Striker. So we got a lot of lures, and then we do sell some jig heads. And we're selling more. You know, that's our Starburst. And then we got our fishing lines up here. We got 30-pound yellow, 30-pound pink, and then down here we got our 40-pound and our 50-pound line, and then we got our braid down there too. We got 80-pound braid, 60-pound braid, 10, 20-pound braid. And then we got our 4, 6, and 10-pound mono, both in high-vis yellow and high-vis pink. And then we got all our circle hooks. We got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-aught. Oh, great looking hooks right there. And then we got all our packaging. We got more packaging in the loft. So it is pretty dirty in here. So, and then we have our these are the jig heads. I'm going to tie some 64th ounce today. See, those are all labeled. Those are all their jig heads. And these are like a 1/16 ounce. And this is where I pour the lead. We're going to buy a new spin cast machine. That's my spin caster. It's broken right now. We're trying to get that booger fixed. And we got molds everywhere. We got molds in the loft. Those are the molds for the spin cast machine. We got molds in the loft, molds everywhere. We got like 150 of the spin cast. And then we got a lot of our hooks here. Got all kinds of hooks. More hooks. More hooks. And then we got a back stock of hooks in the front part of the shop. And we got all kinds of molds. And there's molds down there. Molds, molds, molds. And then powder coats there. And we got powder coats up there. And powder coats there. I think we got about 100 some odd colors. And then we got our back stock of, those are for the mystery jigs, mystery jig box. And then I got my clump, my mess of here that I need to clean up. And then we got all like silicone plastics there, silicone there. And then we keep some of our exotic, I guess, I call them exotics, but they're basically mallard feathers and ostrich and all kinds of other feathers. And then this is my back stock wall up here. Those are all the $4.99 jigs, the jig of the months. Every month we'll put about 3 to 6 packs of jigs that we sell for $4.99. And then we got our jig heads here that we sell. And then we got some swim baits there. I'm still working on the packaging for that. But that's about it. That's our loft up there. We got hooks and rods. All kinds of stuff, packing material. Those are the striker rods. Then we got more of the ninja rods or crappie poles. And then our hats and shirts and all kinds of stuff. And then we got a bunch more molds. So I stay busy. I try to stay busy. We got our feathers too. I'll show you all our feathers. Let's go down to our feathers. We got crates of feathers there. And then we have that stack of 4 there. We got a bunch more to the right of it. So we got, I don't know, about 15 bins, 18 bins of bulk feathers. Yeah, the Thunderbirds are really good. We've been having a lot of people on the live streams. They're having pretty good success with the Thunderbird. Mm, I do have some capes, and I do have some saddle, some saddle hackle. I do tie some streamers and small lures uh, for trout too. I don't really keep a big stock of barbless hooks. Our main thing are the barbed hooks. Oh, well, thank you for the tour, Ruben. Yeah, we got to get a spin cast. We got to get a. We're probably going to just go with a new spin cast. That way I can have a warranty on it. We bought this one here probably about 3 years ago, and we used it for about 2 years. I'd say we used it for about a year and a half, and then it just wouldn't go on anymore. And we've had about 2 or 3 people come out. We've tried replacing parts, and for some reason it just doesn't work. And we used to pour a bunch of heads out of that. And that's one of the reasons we don't really sell jig heads, a whole lot of jig heads, because we just can't mass produce them fast enough to be and be in. I can't mass produce them fast enough and be in a spot where we can be price wise competitive with some of the other guys. Yeah, you could always smash the barb down. Yeah, I was telling a lady that last night on someone's live. We had a fellow, Alvy Neely, he was fishing, and she was like, "I like that color lure," which was our Thunderbird, and he's and where she, I think where she fishes at, you can't have a barb on it, but in some states you can't even use the smash down barb hook. It has to be a completely barbless hook, which is, you know, kind of awful, I guess. But here in Oklahoma, you can use barbed hooks for trout. A lot of the places here, if you catch a trout, you got to keep it. They won't let you throw it back in. Oh, it's after 9 o'clock already. Thank you guys for the likes. Make sure you guys subscribe too, and I've been going live for the last 2.5, 3 weeks in the mornings, somewhere between 7 and 9 a.m. Central Time, and so I've been also going on in the afternoon too. I still go live on TikTok, and I do a lot of I go live on there quite a bit. So make sure to pick me up. We do have our Christmas sale going with the code on our lures. You can use the code Christmas at checkout and save 20% on our lures. And then you can also, and that counts all of our lures there with the Christmas code. You can also use Flow10, which is FLO10, no space in between. You can save 10% on everything on the site. Even the stuff that we have on sale, you could save 10%. But I didn't show off our rods. Let me show the rods off. Last night we had, oh, I'm sorry about that. Sometimes if I move it too fast, I apologize. Yeah, this is our striker rod. We have this 30% off right now. You got the metal rail seat. You got the double locking nuts right there. It is a 7'8" pole, medium heavy action. It's a great rod. We've had a lot of people catch big catfish and paddlefish with that rod. This here is our 4-foot rod, or Ninja 4, and great dock rod, and it's just a good rod. It's just an all-around good rod. I love it. It's well balanced. You can feel all the bites on it. This is our 7-foot pole. It is a 2-piece. It's our Ninja 7. Both rods are ultra light. You can use them again for dock fishing, or this one here you can bank fish, boat fish, whatever with that rod. But it's a great rod. So make sure to check out our website, rubenfloresjigs.com. From India, Hindu, do not eat fish, but like your work very much. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. I know a lot of people from India that are, and I don't know if I'm telling on them, but I know a lot of Hindu people, and they eat fish. They just don't eat beef. But the Hindu people I know that live in Tulsa, they eat a lot of fish. They just don't eat beef for some reason. I don't build the rods. I have a company that's overseas that builds them for us. But guys, I'm going to take off. I'm going to take a little break. You guys have yourself a good day, good morning, good afternoon, and we'll catch you guys later. Thanks again for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.